So it looks like Xbox games keep dominating PlayStation Store sales charts. Let's look into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So a couple of weeks ago I spoke about Sea of Thieves being in top 10 of PlayStation Store pre-orders. Now that was a couple of weeks ago, and we all thought that that game will fall down in sales charts, but looks like that didn't really happen. It's still there. There's actually 3 different bundles, versions of that game in the top 10 pre-orders on PlayStation Store, but it's not all. There's actually more Xbox games there now, occupying actually 5 out of 10 top 10 spots, right? So, let's talk about these games, and then I'll have my thoughts on what's going on with these games and what PlayStation have been missing for a while. PlayStation gamers have been missing for a while. So look at that chart. And by the way, this chart and this report is courtesy of xputer.com, and you will find the link in the description of this video below. Now this screenshot is from yesterday actually, so 29th of March. And as you can see, 3 out of 10 spots is Sea of Thieves. Like, it's a different editions, right? There's deluxe edition, there's standard edition for $40, there's premium edition for $60, and deluxe edition for $50, right, for $49.99. So that's 3 out of 10, and that also goes to show how many pre-orders this game is getting, because you got all 3 different versions, right? So it's like combined, it just gives you, even that's huge, right, for Sea of Thieves and PlayStation gamers too. Now another one on the list, which is very interesting, is Grounded. So Grounded, I think it's coming, I'm not sure if before or after Sea of Thieves. I think it's after, and it's there too. As you can see, it's you can buy it for $40. You can save $20 with 20%, sorry, with PlayStation Plus. And that's another Xbox game that you can play. You will be able to play on PlayStation, and that's another co-op online kind of multiplayer kind of game. The 5th one is Elder Scrolls, and so I guess this game, and it's just a DLC, right? But it just goes to show how popular these online co-op multiplayer kind of games are, right? And it also goes to show what PlayStation gamers have been missing for years now. Like, Sony have been focusing so much on single player, narrative-driven kind of games, and obviously, clearly they are popular. But at the same time, people love these games, and I would even say that if you look at games that are online-driven and that kind of stuff, like Sea of Thieves, just on Xbox and PC, reached 35 million players, or 25 million players, I want to say. So now it will actually get even more players, right? So, it just goes to show that a game that really didn't start that well back in 2017, it was hated by especially PlayStation gamers. I mean, I don't really want to generalize, though, not all PlayStation gamers. I'm talking about these, number of individuals on YouTube or Twitter that was just hating on that game, and, Kraken was liking, remember that? And yeah, I mean, Sea of Thieves wasn't perfect at first, but people that actually played that game actually did love it. And, with time, they improved that game. They added a lot of content, and it's actually one of the best, one of the better games in terms of like co-op online kind of experience. Now, I don't necessarily play that type of game, so it's not for me. I did play that game with my son a couple of times, but so it's actually fun. But it's not a game that I would play on my own, really, and it's not that type of game, to be honest with you. Grounded is actually, you can play it on your own. There's actually more meaningful story, although Sea of Thieves got some story elements there too now. So, so all these games just show that, maybe not the most recent, but the decision that Sony made a couple of years ago that they should move more into like games as service kind of games kind of makes sense. It's just obviously the question is will they succeed? And I guess if you look at the success of the Helldivers 2, you could say that they've already found some success in that particular game. So I'm sure that they will have more in the future. But it just goes to show that what people really love to play. And I know that like guys like me that like single player games. For the most part, some driving titles here and there, RPGs. So I know that we are a kind of a dying breed, and obviously the Gen Z and and all these other kind of kids these days, for the most part, they just want to spend time with their friends online. And I said that many times before, but like my son keeps playing these online games all the time, like Fortnite, Roblox. Sea of Thieves. He plays Sea of Thieves with me, so he kind of forces me to play that game with him. So, we have some fun with it. And also, like, even if you look at that chart over here, like, you've got Destiny over there too. So that's another kind of game as service. So I guess the Stellar Blade, Formula 24. Elden Ring, it is a single player game really, but I think there's some online elements in that game too, right? If I'm not mistaken, didn't really play much of Elden Ring. So yeah, guys, like all that just shows that, you may have a number of individuals on YouTube like me, or Twitter also like me, having all kinds of opinions, but people will just play the games they like and enjoy. And even if a game will start bad, like Sea of Thieves, really, if there's something to it, if there's an interesting mechanic, or like the game is good overall, it may lack content at first, but later it will have its it will live long. And Halo Infinite is another example that didn't really start well when it comes to multiplayer, but now it's at a very good place, and a lot of people play it. Forza Horizon is another example where a game, it started very good from the start, but now I think over 30 million people played that game already on Xbox and PC. So also, I just wanted to add something more to it. There's other two games that were announced for PlayStation, and they're not on that list. That just goes to show that single-player games, even as good as, Pentiment is a very niche title, but Hi-Fi Rush, people were like, oh, Hi-Fi Rush needs to be on that list and stuff, and you're not going to find it on that list. Why? Because most people don't care about that type of games. They are rather niche. They are very good because Hi-Fi Rush is a great game, but people just want to play online for the most part, right? And that just shows it all. So guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.